I think I'm up and running. Let me put the volume up a little bit here. I don't know if anyone's out there yet, but hey, Matt, welcome to Bourbon Banters. See if I got my camera angles up and running here. See if it's working. See if stuff is up and running. I still got a minute. Screw things up. No, it shows I'm there. Yep, I'm live. I'm live and I'm live. All right, hopefully someone's out there. See if I can get a chat or something going on. Screw things up. All right, got the chat. See if I can get a chat or something going on. All right, got the chat. Yeah, I think the chat is working, so. All right, I guess I'm just gonna start yapping my gums. See what I can do here and see if people start jumping in. All right, so busy week, I guess. Figured I'd knock this thing out before the holidays came around. People are going to be busy. I don't know if you guys saw. I end up doing some shorts. I don't think I've done the reviews yet. I'm editing the reviews right now. But get my notes, got everything here. Hopefully, this is when I get that important phone call. People start going crazy. All right, so last time we talked, I can't remember how long ago it was. It's been about a couple weeks. The news, you'd think I would write down my live streams, but I don't. Been a little, I'm rushing. I was rushing to get to this point here because a few days ago, wife at Costco, and yesterday, day before, something like that, she says, "Hey, you want any meats?" I go, "Yeah," because you know what? It was before Thanksgiving. So I ended up going down to my daughter's house. Husband made a brisket, and I think he's done a brisket before. I've never done a brisket. So he's, smoking a brisket, and, I'm kind of following his lead and stuff like that. And kind of keep an eye on it because it's cooking overnight. And I noticed his smoker the temperature's dropping. So the temperature's dropping, and I'm like, I don't know I'm going to try and restart this thing to, get it up and running, get to the temperature where it's supposed to be at. And for some reason, I guess the auger that spins the pellets in, something got jammed in there, or just the moisture or whatever it was. And he ends up, I wake him up and I go, "Hey dude, we can't get this thing going. We're going to, it's 3:00 in the morning." I go, "Let's just put this thing in the oven till daylight comes, and then we can clear this thing out, and then we can get this thing up and running." So that's what we end up doing. The thing ended up tasting great. Way better than turkey, brisket all the way. So, we're, driving back, and I go, "Hey, one day I'd like to do my own brisket." So I've been preoccupied because the wife picks up a 13 pound, something like that, 13-pound brisket, and I'm going to start doing that thing tomorrow. So for Saturday, there's a lot that goes into it. Slow cooking, wrapping it, putting that tallow on there. There's a lot to do with it. So, I'm anticipating putting that baby on the smoker about 9 o'clock at night tomorrow. Getting up at 6, doing the whole, maybe, yeah. So I'm going to get up early Saturday morning and then go from there and do all the extra stuff and just let it cook. So, they say 12 hours internal temperatures, if you're 170 before you wrap it, then you want to get the maximum, to get that bark on there and then get the maximum, wrap it up, get the flavors in there, get that beef tallow on there. And of course, no one around knows what beef tallow is. So I kind of looked it up and I can make my own. It's basically the fat. So I'm going to have to, thin that stuff out, drain it, so, through a strainer and get it going. So I'm going to make my own. So we'll see how this thing turns out. I think I'm going to actually record it to see if it goes good, bad, indifferent, whatever. It should be good because I actually did a chuck roast the other day on the Kamado Joe, and it was good, very good. But the temperature kind of got away, so it was kind of like in between the smoking and barbecuing type thing. But it turned out good. We ate the whole thing. It was good, but it came in. It looked like one chuck roast cut in half, and the halves were in the package. So we did one. Now I know what to do. I will smoke the other half and take it a little bit slower. So that's what I got going. So I've been preoccupied, reading up on this smoking thing, what to do, what not to do. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous, kind of scared. So, So back to the booze. So I got some big hitters here. I put out some shorts of what was the shorts? It was a Heaven Hills grain to glass. And let me see if I got that up. I think that's it right there. So I'm going to pour me a glass of this thing and I'm going to go from there. I think I'm almost done editing the review, but it's a love-hate almost, but I'm going to pour me a glass of this thing, get this thing going. This is going to be my first drink of the day. Obviously, I have continued to try and revisit this thing and come on, focus on me here. Is it going to focus? We'll see. Maybe I'll just have to. Oh yeah, get my poncho. I'm having issues with this thing focusing. There we go. Finally. I'm going to put my shirt on real quick here. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm put my poncho on. We'll go from there. I think it's a cool looking poncho. And what was better about it is the price. All right. Yeah, the price for this baby was $11.95. And it's warm. It's thick. It's, All right, back to the bottle here. Heaven Hill grain of glass. If you see that right there. The regular, you get the regular Heaven Hill. And you got the regular Heaven Hill, and you have this Heaven Hill. Way different flavors, with this. And like I said, the review is going to come out probably in the next couple of days. The mash bill is much different than the regular Heaven Hill. So, and it's the locally grown corn. It's the mash bill on this thing is 52 corn, 35 rye, 13 malt and barley. Obviously, it's from Heaven Hill. I say it's 6 years, and proof 107. Whereas the other one's bottle and bond, of course, 100%. But the mash bill on the other one, and it's also the regular Heaven Hill, 7 years, 78 corn, 10 rye, and 12 malt and barley. So with the grain to glass that I'm drinking, cool bottle, give it that, way cool bottle. It's $99, so it's $100. Regular Heaven Hill, you can find them on sale, get them for $40, but they're between $40 and $50. So this is where the dilemma comes in. Do I tell you to go in there spending $100, or do I say go in, spend $100, get 2 regular Heaven Hill bottle and bonds? That is up to you. Or, but with this one, it is a little bit different. It's got like a pear and orange, light, fruity type thing, smell on it, and it's consistent on the palate too. With the vanilla and the pear, but what's good about it is you get that rye spice. That rye spice just comes in and just kind of tingles. It's like the pop rock feeling. It's a very good rye spice. So it's good. I guess in this collection too, they have 3 of them. I don't know. The other one's rye, and then there's another one. I don't know what that one is. But it's one of those things, bittersweet. It's like, hey, this is pretty good. It took a little while. Obviously, I drank quite a bit of it. It took a little while for me to grab those flavors because they're kind of faint, but you get that rye spice. And I like rye, but it's I don't know why that thing gave me a thumbs up. So everything's here watching me. The flavor's good. You're getting that tingle and that rice spice. You get that vanilla, the oak, but you're getting that pear, a little bit of orange. But the thing on the finish, it kind of goes quick. It's there. You get the tingle, boom, gone. So the finish on that is not as good as you'd want it for $100. But if you have the money, why not get it? If you get it if you have the cash. But there's other ones that are out there, and it kind of then leads me to think that it would pour me one of the regular Heaven Hills, that they had something, but they wanted to capitalize and take as much as you can, using the blue label, kind of fooling you, thinking it's going to be really close to the regular Heaven Hill, but with a little more. And yeah, okay, I'm not going to pay an extra $50 for a cool looking bottle, because once it's gone, it's in the trash. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe they just got something and they thought it was going to be all that, and already had the price marked up. And I just don't. The business people are going to do whatever they do, but to me, I don't think it's worth it, because I prefer the actual regular Heaven Hill over this. And if I put the $100 that I got in my pocket going to the liquor store, I would rather walk out with 2 regular Heaven Hills, because the regular Heaven Hill, you're getting that vanilla, the typical, oak, the leather, the honey, like a graham cracker on there, and you're getting the true flavors of what bourbon whiskeys are. Whereas the grain to glass for $50 more, you're getting some different flavors, but you're not getting what you should be getting, if that makes sense. So that's it on there. I got the review coming out in a few days, and those are my 2 cents. If you got the cash, get it. It's different. But if you don't have the cash, people still kind of pinching pennies, surviving in this situation. Go with the 2 bottles. So, or 50 on a Heaven Hill and 50 on another bottle, and then you got 2 different flavors and companies and profiles and everything. So I prefer the Heaven Hill. All right. So anything on the news front? Oh, Daniel Penny found not guilty. Good. The BLM are trying to stir shit up, but I think people are no longer falling for that bullshit. They already fell for it. The stupid white people that live in the gated community, are afraid just to walk out. Don't think as many are kind of supporting that bullshit because, it's the whole Good Samaritan law that's kind of, at jeopardy there. If he would have been convicted, it would have been a rough go because everyone's just gonna, hey, you're a victim. Good luck. I can't help you because I don't want to get sued and put in jail or anything like that. So I think things are going to start changing up a little bit here. Things are going to get better, be a little more what the population wants. So it's going to take a little bit, but I think it's going to happen. And there are going to be a lot of left-wingers really upset and trying to put blame somewhere except for taking account and taking responsibility for what they've done to the rest of the United States. So, that's that. So, but I'm going to go to the next one. The next one is the heavy hitter. And I think I was a bit skeptical on this. And what's weird too is I've been kind of dabbling in IPAs. Oof. Yeah, I know. IPAs. People are like, dude, IPAs suck. Well, some do, some don't. Ones that, taste like bong water. Yeah, nah, it's hard. It's terrible to, take that in. But and I was so closed off to the IPAs, and there's a lot of different flavors and a lot of good, brown ales and stuff like that. There is my brother. He's a beer guy. He likes the IPAs. Love it. He likes the flavors, and I'm like, you know what? Me and him, did a little trip. Went out to dinner, and I go, hey, Steve, I go, hey, man, I know nothing about IPAs. I want you to teach me what you're tasting, how you're tasting, what you're looking for, things like that. Kind of like what I do with the whiskeys. I'm not an insider. I don't know the ins and outs on what's going on, the secret stuff and what's going to happen. I'm just giving you a taste of flavors here. I'm kind of pointing things out. And if you get it, great. If you don't, share it. If you're tasting a bottle while you're live streaming with me, do it. Tell me what you're getting, and maybe I get it. But that's one thing good about having a group thing going on. Drinking with some friends. It's to get to share your what you're tasting, and sometimes the other person will get it, sometimes they don't. And then vice versa. It's just sharing, and it's great just being around friends. So that is the most important thing. You don't drink just to drink. You drink to have a good time, enjoy yourself, and you share it with friends. And that's what friends are for. Friends are there to, lift you up when you're down, laugh at your misery, have a good time, share stuff, get good advice. That's what they're for. That's why they remain friends. But so he was, teaching me about what to look for, what to taste, and things like that. And actually, I actually taken a liking to certain IPAs. You taste some, and some of them are just a little rough, like I said, like bong water, and some of them, I think are very good flavored beers. Wine. I'm not much of a wine dude. I'll drink a good wine, but I'm not gonna ask for. People say you pair wines and steaks. I'll try it, but it's kind of like whiskey and cigars, I guess. I got cigars, and that's be for later on down the road. But what I'm getting at is, some people, taste buds are different in every single person, and some people will get certain things, and that's why you do it with friends that you enjoy being around and have a good time with. They will kind of give you, throw you a little bone there, going, "Hey, this is what I got." Oh shit, take that next sip. Okay, I got it. So this one here, funny. I don't think it's a funny story. Where am I at? Stag 24B. 24B. I guess is the latest one, because you'd think if they're supposed to be doing like ABC, it's December, and I think I got it in late November, early December. And I'm going to pour me a glass right now. I'm actually in the process of editing this one too, so that'll be coming out shortly. So let me just get over my. This stuff is some serious octane, so I'm just gonna limit myself. But the thing is, it tastes so good. I'm gonna do a little more. Nah, it's too much. But this thing it's got some warmth to it. And the funny thing is too. Let me see if that thing's focusing in. Okay. Well, let's hope that thing there. Well, there it is. Hopefully that focuses. It looks focused. Yeah, it looks good. With this, it's very warm. When I first got it, I walked in the liquor store. I saw it. It was on the shelf. I grabbed it. And I actually I've actually got two of these things. And, you check out some, reviews and stuff. And some people was like, kind of hemming and hawing. But went in a second time with a buddy, and I saw it on the shelf. I grabbed it because I didn't want to sit on the shelf in case someone came in behind me and grabbed it instead. So I put it underneath my arm, held it like a football. But I was going to give it to him. I'm like, "Here you go, dude. You need it. It's good. It's one of these rare ones." And I think it was like 60, I want to say 70, but what did I put down? $70 is the MSRP, and I think I got it for like 65, $68. So I got two of them, one at one time, one at the other, so I did. Whoa, hey, Buddhas, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm glad to, I was sitting there yapping my gums, just talking to nobody. Yeah, no, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I went live. I did it 2 days ago. I meant to put it out a few, like Saturday. I put it out on Tuesday. I figured I needed to get it, done because the holidays are coming up and people are going to be busy. So glad to join you. What are you having to drink tonight? It's one of those things that this bottle here, I've actually seen in liquor stores. They don't sell it. It's full of dust, selling for $500, which is stupid. Don't ever buy that. Don't ever, ever, ever buy it. It's a $70 bottle. It's not worth it. I seen Hancock, a $30 bottle at Total Wine for $100. It's like, really? Hopefully, with the expansion of Buffalo Trace, they end up pumping out a bunch of these things, and the market will be flooded with all Buffalo Trace products, and we all get to enjoy and have a good time and not have to worry about that secondary bullshit. So on this one, when I cracked it open, I think I cracked it open on the last live stream. I cracked it open, and it was harsh. It hurt. It was bad. So I let a week go by. Well, no, a couple days later, some Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. Perfect. I just had one done. I just finished it. It's good. It's a good staple. It's consistent. Great bourbon whiskey for that Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. Great bottle. What'd you pay for it? Because I see it between $40 and $50. Is that about where you're at? So back to the Stag 24B, I pick it up. You're always kind of hesitant about opening these things because you don't know. You just don't know. You may be sitting on a $1,000 bottle, or you may be sitting on a, $40 tasting bottle that that you paid $70 for. So it's a tough one, but it's one of those things that you take a gamble, but for the most part, Buffalo Trace is going to put out some good products. I've yet to have a bad bottle or a terrible bottle. So on this thing here, I'm going to run down the spreadsheet. It's 24B. I don't know where C's at. I don't know if they're even coming out one. No age statement, said to be 8 to 7 or 9 years. I don't think that's 8. Said to be, yeah, it's a B. 7 to 9 years on this. Proof 127.8. The mash bill is 1. I guess that's the lower rye. And it's hard to get. I don't know how many bottles they put out, but it's hard to get. So, but this thing's warm. So I revisited after I cracked it open in the last live stream, which was very hot. It hurt. It was hot. It's like a big slap in the face. Didn't get a bunch of flavors. Did it again, like a couple days later, just to see if it could, air out and be better. It was still rough. I put a couple drops in, mellowed it out. Waited another week and a half or so. It lightened up, and that's where the flavors came in. So, buddy Ron, that we were in went to the liquor store with, and I ended up handing to that one 24B. You have to let it air out to get it to taste good. So anybody out there with the 24B, I guarantee it's going to lighten up and taste so much better. You're going to get so many flavors. And this is where I got the flavors. So with this, I'm going to do it right now, but I got my notes. I already did the review, still editing it. It will be out shortly. I just get a ton of cherry cola, vanilla, and some fig on there. Fig. I love fig. And what leads me to really liking fig was the Remus Repeal 5. I haven't bought a Remus Repeal since. 5 was, and I watched these guys, do reviews on them, and they're kind of like, They always say 5 was the last best one, so I got a few of those. I got lucky with that. But that one bottle really had a bunch of fig in it, and I really enjoyed it. It's just a good tasting bottle. This thing here got fig. It made me reminisce of the time of my, a couple years ago, the Remus Repeal, number 5. It tastes good. I think this thing kills the Remus 5, but it's So good. I had to let it air out because it was rough. The first two goes with it, and it loosened up, tasted good, and it's great, great. If I find another one, I'm going to buy it because I know what it turns into. And on that nose, it transfers right to the palate. You know, you get that fig, the cherry cola, you get that vanilla, and it's a soft, warm cinnamon vanilla-ish. And then you get the Buffalo Trace leather and oak. And then as it kind of sits a little bit, it just kind of turns into like a very light coffee with a little cherry on it. This thing's good. I like it. That's why you got to pour little drinks, because this thing is hot. 120, what is it? 127.8. It's warm. So you're going to get ripped quick. So very small pours. That thing should last you quite a while. So, oh, good Lord. Yeah. So if you see the 24B, get it. And if you're in an area where they kind of mark it up a little bit, I'd do $100 on this. Me, I'm not going to ever pay. I will not. I've spent my money plenty on allocated overpriced stuff, and I won't do it again. I'll find other avenues to pay MSRP and, you know, get good bottles, you know, and talk about them. But, you know, the ones that they just are sitting on the shelves collecting dust. You know, I've seen Elmer T. Lee. I've seen Rock Hill Farms sitting there for years. No one's buying them because they're charging $400, $500. You know, like a Weller. I've seen Weller Reserve selling for $100. You're like, really? It's a $27 bottle. You know, Eagle Rare is $100. You know, it's ridiculous. And I even had some dude. I remember going in when I was up the coast, California. I'm trying to think of where. I can't think of the name. Anyways, I go in a liquor store and he had that Eagle Rare. He was charging $120. He goes, "Oh yeah, they don't make it anymore." I'm like, "Motherfucker, no, yeah, they do. They still make this." So he was just full of shit as is. So, you know, I want to reach across the counter and just slap him. But yeah, let him do his thing. Let it sit there. I don't care. There's better bottles out there, better prices, all that. So if you see the Stag 24B, $70, pick it up, pick two, do whatever. If you know you really want it, it's really good. If you like the fig, you like the cherry cola, you like the vanilla and the typical Buffalo Trace leather and oak, I'd go up to $100. But you know, no bottle's worth it. You know, that much over. But this thing is so good. Yeah. It's fig, cherry, cola, vanilla, little cinnamon, leather and oak. As it's wrong pipe. And it kind of settles in with that cherry cola coffee and that brown sugar. So it's good. I like it. So I'm just going to start rambling on because I think I got two more back there. I have yet to do the reviews on them. And I'm editing the shorts on them. I want to do the reviews. I'll do them probably tomorrow. Editing time. It's going to, you know, this is going to drag out, you know, getting everything out. I think it'll get me through the holidays. And then after the holidays, I'll be back doing the live streams, making a mess, doing whatever. But with, I talked about the beers. All right, Stag. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how many people are on right now. Let me see who's on. One current viewers. I got 7 views. Well, I got 7 views, but people coming and going. At least get in the chat. Get in the chat and start talking. People that are passing through. Even if you don't like me, just motherfuck me and be gone. You know, I'm cool with it. Make it fun. But have you guys, you know, is it just me? But when you start drinking, you jump on Amazon and start buying shit that you shouldn't, you don't really need, but you kind of want it, and you just buy it anyways. And then you ask, hope for forgiveness. Don't ever ask for permission. That's my motto. Don't. If you ask for permission, they're going to tell you no. If you just ask for forgiveness, you're already in trouble. Who cares? Deal with it. You're going to be fine. So that's just me. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I buy some shit and then it shows up my door and I'm like, dude, did I order this? You look in the order history and you're like, yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a bad one, but but I'm sure Amazon accounts for, they probably got it. These people are accounting for numerous, probably a good, if I had to guess, probably 30% do that, especially during the holidays. Like, yeah, so-and-so needs a pair of shoes. I want to buy them 3. Buy them 3. They ought to do a survey. How many people are on Amazon drunk buying shit? And if I had to guess, I'd say probably about 35, 40%. No. Yeah, I'm still working the Stag. That baby's, it's good. It's a damn good bottle. I don't know. What else? I bought way too many things after a few bourbons. Happens to all of us. All right, cool. All right. It's not just me. Glad I'm not the only one because I'm sure my wife does it. It just, you lower your should I or should not. And, having a couple good whiskeys in you, you're like, screw it. What's going to happen? I'll pay for it later. I got good credit. I'll just keep paying it for later. Oh, God. Okay. Buddhas, tell me, what car do you have? How many cars have you had? Okay, how about this? Tell me how old you are and how many cars have you had in your lifetime? And I'll give you the rundown of what I have, if I can remember what I had, from start to finish. But in the meantime, gonna do probably one of the most, I should just get off my ass and fucking walk over there. One of the most coolest, I think, bottles that are made and the way they package it. I think it's cool, and I hope they never change it because it's. I'm 54. All right, let's see. Okay, same age as me. I'm 54 as well. So, your very first car. What was your very first car? So with that, Booker's. Dude, the Booker's comes in a cool box. And, from what the pros say that, they had a little dip, not so good, whatever. But this one, this is the 2024 -03. 2024-03. I'm going to pour me a little glass. These things are also pretty warm as well. All right, Buddhist, I'm going to tell you, my very first car was a 1978 Toyota Toyota pickup. And I got it in 88, 89. It was a piece of shit. But, I was on my own. And I was lucky just to even have a car. And I was just happy with that. That's not... See if that turns out good. Let me just see how this is looking here. All right. It's focused. Good. It's... It was a piece of crap, but it got me to and from work, got me around town. I was happy. I think bought it off my grandfather, because it was my uncle's at one time. Long story, but I got it paid. I can't remember, $1,500 for it, whatever. Thing worked great. Fucking moved, blew the head on that thing. My grandfather helped me put a new one on, and thing just kept running. So that was my very first car. Let me see what it says. My first car was a brown Plymouth Horizon hatchback, 1988. Yeah, Plymouth Horizon. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'm gonna look that up real quick because I think it sounds ugly. It does. Plymouth Horizon. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got me beat on the ugly car. But, for the very first car. But you know what, as a kid, back then you're happy just to even have a car. Hey, to and from. That's it. You're happy just to get a car. Nowadays, kids, it's like, no, that's too ugly. I don't want something different. I'm like, what? No, just how about no? You can walk. But you're the same age as me. You probably, same Generation X. If you needed to get somewhere and you didn't have a ride, guess what? You walked. Whereas the kids now are like, I'm going to bitch and complain and stomp my feet until my parents give in, and then they'll give me a ride. So yeah, with this Booker's 2024-03, the Master Distiller batch. It pays homages to the 7 generations of the nose that, makes me good whiskey, man. That's what they do. Generation after generation, you make some good whiskeys. It's one of those bottles that, some people hate it. I think it's the coolest original whiskey bottles out there, and then they package it in a box. Cool. I've seen my buddy Jeff, his wife, make planters out of it, small little planters out of the box. It's cool. I like it. I think it's well packaged, and it's the price just never goes up. It stays about $99, $89 in that area, $100 for the little special ones. Like I think there's a reserve out there, $120. 130. It doesn't go crazy, but it's if you see them, you got to buy them regardless. Who knows? I got a few Bookers. I got them hidden somewhere, but this is the last 2 of this year of 2024. I got the 03 and I got the 04 Jimmy's batch, paying homage to Jimmy Russell, but that's after this drink. But on the, thing on the spreadsheet on this is obviously the Master Distiller's batch, Jim Beam proof 130.3, 130.3. Ages are 8 months, 7 days, $89 I paid for it. It's a blend from multiple floors. I can read the cardia, but I'm not going to waste your time. It's just basically like the dark fruits on the nose, raspberry and blackberries on that thing. But it's good. It's very sweet on the nose. All right. Yeah. As I'm, when you first get started with this, whiskey stuff, the higher proof, you feel tough and this and that. I think the sweet spot on, the proofs of these bourbon whiskeys, I think it's between the 100 and 110. And, but I 100% agree with you 100. I agree with you 100%. That's the sweet spot. But, sometimes you need the proof to bring stuff out, like a good example. I had I got Caribou. It's a Canadian whiskey. I think it was 80 proof, maybe 90. I can't remember. It's obviously Buffalo Trace or Sazerac owned it because the bottle was Rock Hill Farms. The top had a great, you know, caribou thing on there, just like a Blanton's. It was cool, but it just tasted watered down. And I think they did that to make more bottles. And I was a little disappointed. It wasn't all that. If they would have had the proof at 100, I think the bottle would have been great. And they probably could have charged an extra $20 on top of the $49 or whatever I paid for it. So I don't know. If I was king for the day, I'd change a few things up. You know, I'd change a lot of things, but that's just me. But with this Booker's Master Distiller's batch, it's 130.3. It's not tasting it. And obviously it has been open, been worked. And just like with any bottle, if you air it out a little bit, it really lightens things up. So it's I think right now it's a damn good bottle. This one's full of berries. Full of berries, blackberry, raspberry. You're getting, you know, a lot of dark fruits. It's you know, kind of blended in with a little brown sugar, and I'm getting, but the raspberry brown sugar, that's the most that I'm getting out of it. You know, you get the little bit of that oak in there, and you know, a little bit of that Jim Beam peanut in there, but it's very faint. But it's one of those things that it's actually good. So if I had to pick, you know, between the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass, which is $100, or a Booker's 2024-03, it will. You got more bang for your buck on this, flavor wise. That's just me. So I think if you had to choose, go with the Booker's. Any Booker's, I would say, that you can find on the shelf for MSRP. So, yeah, Ron, I got more lighting in the room. I kind of changed it up because I looked at the last one. You know, the last one, you saw like a little square on the, you know, me as a square, and a lot of it was black. That was my screw up, you know, through the OBS, the software that sends it to YouTube. I screwed up on the aspect ratio. That's all me, you know, but I fixed that. Hopefully it covers the whole screen. And when I saw it, it looked like I was in a disco. So I made it a little more. I got it, reduced the color a little bit, gave a little more natural light. Hopefully it looks a little better. Natural, kind of cool, kind of not, what have you. But you know, hopefully it works out. All right, Buddhas, your second car. What was your second car? You know, you got to tell me your second car, because the first car, yeah, you're happy just to get a car. You know, Ron, while you're at it, what was your first car? Yeah, I'm glad on this Booker's Master Distiller's batch, the 03. I'm glad I got a second bottle. It's good. I'm glad I got it because it's worth it. I think it is. You know, some people shit on Booker's. I think they just need to let it air out, give it a little time, open up, and makes things a lot better. 81 Datsun 210. Yeah, see, those things, I don't know. They were kind of cool when I was a kid. The B210, was it Datsun B210? I don't know what if it was a B210. You know, Datsun 210 for Ron. Let me see. I'm going to Google that thing up. Datsun. Was it a hatchback? Yeah, Booker's is tasty, man. It is. And but I tell you, you know, try it. You know, and if it, you know, I get it. You know, sometimes the heavy proof is, you know, not for everybody. But put a couple drops of water in there, and I guarantee it's going to drop it down proof wise. It's going to taste good. Two-door. Damn, you had the special Datsun. All right, cool. No, I'm looking at it right now. You know, I don't know if you can get my face out of the way. Yeah. Datsun. Kind of cool. You had a cool car getting started. But all right, I'm going to tell you, second car. My second car, I don't know what happened with my other one. I don't know if I traded it in or gave it away. I think I gave it away to a family member or friend. But my second car was a 1990 Ford Escort GT, red. Yeah, I was cool. I was just happy. And the funny thing is, you sit there and go, I think I remember I paid $11,000 for that car. And I thought, oh my God, that $254 car payment is going to kill me a month. Was it 250, 150? It was something, you know, but now in hindsight, as I get further along here, you know, second car was a Datsun. Don't remember the model, but it was beat up. Hey, got you to and from, right? And then it was a Chevy Celebrity. You know, now just tell me what state you live in, Buddhist. You know, because weather does play a part. Because some of these cars just get chewed up from the snow, from the salt, just the elements. Ron had a 92 pickup, two-wheel drive. Yeah. Hey, that little pickup's kick ass, man. Toyota. If I can go back and have that same one, the only reason why I don't think I'd want that exact truck is because it was a long bed. But my 78 Toyota pickup, it was a long bed. If it was a short bed, I wish I would have kept it because it's just cool. It's just one of those old school. It's kind of like a what are those? It'll come to me. The Datsuns or the Nissan 240s, but the older ones, which are the okay, it'll come to me. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Yeah, no, yeah. You know what? New Jersey, you got it. That destroys cars. Oh, mid 80s Ford Bronco. That's the big Broncos, right? I mean, I'm guessing. If that was a Ford Bronco, like a full size Bronco, those things are great. I'd love to have one now. Yeah, no, yeah, you drink whatever you could, you know. You grab a handle of whatever. You know, I think back then it was more of beer, wine coolers. You know, you were kind of scared. But I do remember the old man drinking in the garage, you know, the old wild turkey. You know, don't know what kind of wild turkey, but I remember the wild turkey. So, now for my first car, it was a 1998 Nissan Maximum. Oh yeah, Maxims were cool. Maxims were great cars. Yeah, Nissan Maximums were great. They were in the competition with the they were four. I think Maximums were four doors, but they were in the competition with the Supras at the time, and they were cool. I liked the Maximum. They're great cars. They work great. You know, after that, I think after my Escort, I got T-boned in that thing coming out of a parking lot. The guy ended up buying it from me because he had, so many accidents. He ends up going, hey, don't claim your insurance because they're going to hammer me and then I'll never be insured again. He had some company, whatever. He goes, I'll buy it off you. It was caved in. I can't believe I didn't get killed, but I survived. So I have a couple bucks cash. So I end up going down to the next car was a 93 Ford Mustang GT. Me and Jeff go down to the dealer. He goes, hey, dude, that's a cool car. It's a 5.0. I'm like, all right, all right, did it. Love that car. Wish I never, ever sold it. That thing had some power. The thing was quick. It was small. It had a big engine. It just went. It was a two-door. So that was a lot of fun. I love that thing. Yeah, the Maxima. I tell you, the Maxima is great car, man. Yeah. No, if you could save the miles on the car and use, charge the old, charge the company on the miles, let them do it, man. Good for you, man. That's the best way to go. That Maxima is a cool car. Do you still have that Maxima? Because if you do, hang on to that thing. I think it's a great investment because you don't see much of them out there. And then when you drive around, you go, dude, that's a Maxima. Or, it's cool. It's one of those things. It's one of those cars that will stick around forever. Japanese made. It'll keep going. Now it says that you drove it for 20. But that's the thing. Do you still have that thing? And I get it. As you get older, you kind of either you're a muscle car guy and you go back and try and get a muscle car that you've always wanted and trying to work on it and make it your thing, or you just kind of go, you know what? I just like luxury. I like nice, comfy seats. I like to keep warm. Like to keep cool in the summer. Yeah, I'll just drive. I'm cool with it. I just need to get to point A to point B, and cars really don't matter. Or you end up buying a bunch of muscle cars, fix them up, store them. You can only drive them so much. Which Bookers are you sampling? No, I sampled, the last one I just sampled was the 2024-03, the Master Distillers batch. Purple little label that notifies you what it is. It's good. I love it. I think it's great. If you see it, get it. Worth the $89. I pay $100 for it. It's 100% worth it. And boots, I know you want to keep the proof between 100 and 110, but a couple drops of water will get you down there. So, yeah, and I end up finding this, and I picked this one up, and I'm happy that I did. This was going to be the last one for the night. Oh, shit, how long have I been going here? 58 minutes. I've been going for almost an hour. Good Lord. The Bookers. It's a Bookers too. 2024-04 Jimmy's batch. Jimmy's batch it is. And I think it's just as good. It's got a good flavor to it, man. Good flavor notes. And, if you're going to pay homage to Jimmy Russell of Wild Turkey and Brussels, it is made very well. You make a good bottle for them. So, I'm going to just kind of tilt it that way, see how that shows up. Yeah, there you go. There's the bottle, man. It's cool. Let me spin it just a little bit. That's the tag. It's a great bottle. It's one of those bottles that, just like I said, a lot of people overlook the Bookers, but I think it's worth every penny of it. Oh, man, so good. Let me read some of these chats here. Yeah. Oh, you gave the maximum away. All right. Well, at least it's in the family, I guess. Unless you don't like your uncle and you knew it was going to break down. But all right. So I'm up to the car. It was a 93 Ford Mustang. And, working, do whatever, got married. Kid came, I ended up selling it. Hindsight, wish I didn't. I think the next one, so now I'm counting family cars in there. So we end up getting a Toyota Camry because it was a 4-door, because they got a kid in the back seat now. Then after that, Toyota Camry, and my wife blew that thing up driving the kids to school. I don't know what she did, but she did something. I think after that, we ended up getting a Suburban, a red Suburban, Chevy Suburban. So it was good. So now on this Jimmy's batch, I'm going to give you the rundown on that. That is going to be, shit, they have it on here. Still, $89. Can't beat it for the price. Eyes are going bad. So it's 125.8 proof. Age is 7 years, 9 months, 19 days on this one. And they, yeah. So it's dedicated. It's paying homage to the Jimmy Russells from. I can read you the card in there. It's a good little story to give you a story to it. So I think it's worth it. You get the full package. You get a cool box. You get a good bottle. Great, old school bottle that it comes in. You get a story that comes with it. Why would you not pay $89 for it? You get more out of this than you would watching, Wicked or whatever the latest, play out there. But unfortunately. Okay, Ron's drinking Triple Oak. It's good. I did I do a review? I don't think I did I can't remember if I did a review or not, or if I, whatever. It's. I don't think I did a review, but I talked about it the last live stream. It was good, but me personally, it's just something about Angel Envy just kind of, not with me. But you jumped in here a little bit late. Butch, no, I think I cracked the Angels Envy Triple Oak last time. It was good, but I expected more. Ron, just to let you know, I just, talked about the Stag 24B, the one I got you, that I grabbed out the shelf because I didn't want someone else to come in and grab it, and I gave it to you and you bought it, and, all that stuff. Or you end up making friends with the lady at the liquor store and she grabbed the one from the back. Whatever. You got one, it's good. It's very good. Sometime go back, watch this, watch the beginning. You'll be able to see that you got a good Stag there, and I promise. So, back to cars. Oh no, let me talk about this. Okay, this is Booker's batch 2024-04, Jimmy's batch. I gave you that 89, and I'm going to go. I got fruit and brown sugar on the nose, on the palate. Yeah. Hold off on that Stag, and mine's open. I don't hit it all the time. Few and far between. Come up and visit me, and I'll share it. Then you'll know what you have. But it's got to open up. The first two goes were rough. They were hard on that Stag 24B. But since then, since it's opened up, it's been a few weeks, and it is so good. And it does not taste the 128-ish. Does not. It tastes very good. It's a great bottle. I think if I had to pick from all the smart people out there, the bottles that I've had, Joseph Magnuson, I've tried. I've had it at your brother's house at Paul's, and that was very good. This one here, I think, would be in the top 10, the Stag. Yeah, it is. The Triple Oak from Angel's Envy, it is on the mildish side. You expect a little more out of it, but yeah, you get what you get. All right, so I've told you I've had a Toyota Camry. We went to a Suburban. Where the fuck did we go that way? The Suburban took a crap, bought a pickup, Ford pickup, F250, 2004, disaster. Thank God I got a warranty, because that thing's been in the shop and I've wasted so much money. Whoever gave me that warranty wasted tons of money on that. And once we got rid of that one, I traded that thing in for a 2018 Chevy Silverado diesel Z71. Love that truck. I hope I get to keep that for the rest of my life. Love it. Kicks ass, works great, keeps going. But, now I'm an empty nester. We end up, what did we sell to get rid of? We got sold some. Anyways, so we end up going down to wherever. I think my wife, she's a boozy bitch. She wanted a Lexus because her mom had a Lexus. We're looking at Lexus. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm paying high dollar Toyota prices here. And I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, see a used RC350. It was gray. It was cool. Used, whatever price. But the guy goes, hey, we have a brand new one that just came in a lot. I'm like, all right, let's take a look at it. I looked at it. It was cool. It's one of the special edition ones that I didn't know was special edition, but we end up getting it. It's the Black Pearl. There's a name for it with the orange stitching of the leather and calipers and stuff. So it's cool. It's a cool car. Love it. That thing is super fast, super fast. And we still have that one. So we have not gone through many cars, in my life and my life being married. Because for a while there when the kids are, toting them around doing stuff, we just bought cars just to, get them around. We didn't, wasn't really anything fancy. But it was the... Now we end up becoming empty nesters. She's looking like a $4. I go, hey, look, we empty nesters. We're not going to be stuffing any kids in the back or anything like that. Get what you want. I like this one. And I pointed to the one that the guy showed me, the special edition. And with that special edition, I think there's like 3 different color combos and they've only made 1,500 that year. I'm guessing 1,500. I could be wrong. It'd be 1,000. And that car has been a garage queen. So much so that the battery went dead at one time. So that was a 2018 as well. And those are the 2 cars that we got. I have not been through many cars at all. That's just me. I'd love to have an old Bronco. I'd love to have an old Chevy Blazer. I'd love to have it. But I just, the price, the price needs to be right for me to get something like that and something that I need to work on and keep me busy. But it's, the 2 Bookers. That's a tough call. I'm sipping on this one here because this one here, you're getting the oak brown sugar on that stuff, but it's like dark fruit. I'm going to go with the Jimmy's batch because it's a little bit darker fruit. You got the, a little bit of that brown sugar in there. You're getting the oak. You're getting a little bit of that peanut butter in there. And none of these things are tasting their proofs at all. You figure they're 125 and above. They're not tasting it. So I'm going to go, it's one of those, either one you can't go wrong with, with the 03 or the 04. They're both great. I think the 03's got a little more fruit in there, and this one's more of a brown sugar oak, peanut butter into it, but they're both good. It's a tough call. They're both great bottles. If you can get it for the MSRP for $89, $90, $100, even $100, you scored. I think it's great. So I'm going to lean towards the, I'm going to go to the Jimmy's batch. Barely. Out of 100%, I'd go 51 towards the Jimmy's batch, and then 49 for the O3, the Master Distillers. So they're both good. And I've heard, I've watched a couple back and forth on the reviews. People are like, whatever. I think they're just, you got to let these things open up to get the true flavors on it. So both great. I have not tried the 2024 01 or O2s. I have not. Haven't had them. Haven't, been able to get them. These are the only two. I'd love to get the other ones, the special release ones that they have, the reserve. I'd like to get that. I think it'd be good. But the ones that you can get that come out, some places, I'm sure other places vary. I don't know what New Jersey's like, but yeah, no, I'm a huge Wild Turkey fan, and I did the last live stream of the 101, the Jimmy Russell 70th anniversary one. I loved that. I thought it was great. It's an 8-year, but Wild Turkey you can't go wrong with. You can't. Yeah, no, if you can get it, get it. It's worth it. These things. A lot of people are focused in on these, shiny objects. Sometimes the shiny objects aren't all that. Good Lord. Yeah, so I went through my whole list of cars. I think we're kind of looking into like a Subaru type thing, but the wilderness series, whatever it was, it's cool, a little sleek, a little sporty. Not that expensive, but cars are cars. I'd love to get an old thing and fix it all up, put all this stuff in, but that means I got to buy more tools, more of this, more of that. Which, if the old lady pisses me off enough, I'm just going to go and buy something like, yeah, I got to fix it up and trick it out and make it the way I want, but I got to buy all these tools. And, it just, she's been cool. I'll be easy on her. So I'll wait until she pisses me off and I'll show up with something that fucking drives her up the wall. That's what I do. I do that. But, yeah, no. So this 2024 04 bottle worth getting, 100% worth getting. It's Booker's, but I think it's still to this day the classic whiskey bottle, and they've stuck to it. I think that's the main attraction to it, besides the great taste that's inside it and what to expect. And the price never changed. It never goes crazy on this type of price with these bottles. So yeah, unless it's secondary and these guys mark it up because they want to charge for space on a shelf. Oh, good Lord. Whew. How long have I been going here? Hour and 15 minutes. Chill Mantis. Oh, yeah. Hey, Chill Mantis is Dennis, my kid. Man, he's going to make me keep drinking. I want to go with the grain to glass, another one. I thought maybe the bottles that I've already done is going to be enough for me, but I've been going and going and going. I'm going to put this out there, let you guys know what I'm doing. Chill Mantis, I'm glad you're on, man. Her cackling East Coast lap. Yeah, no, it's one of those things, You got a dude on here that's from New Jersey that probably understands that, hears it. Mind you, my wife is from Long Island, and she's fucking loud. So I don't know if that's just normal or if it's just her. But ultimately, she's a pretty cool chick. I've been married to her for... how long has it been? 97. So do the math. 26 years, 27 years. I don't know. I'm not. I tolerate her. She's cool. I live with her. She does all right. but she raised you good. Both work opposite shifts to get you up and living. Yeah, Dennis, your wife, yeah, she's a sweetheart. I love her to death. Beautiful lady, knows how to cook. She's a Japanese lady. Dennis met her when he was in the Navy. Took a long time, a little frustrating with all the bullshit that goes on with Biden letting all these people in, but yet, doing it right took a long time, a lot of money, a lot of divulging financial stuff, saying that we can support her, this and all this crap. But, great chick, great lady, sweetheart. I love my son's wife better than I love my son. That should tell you. Great girl. Especially when the booze kicks in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, my wife. Yeah. She's been Californianized for a long time, but when she drinks, it just comes out and I just sit there and go. I remember the first time I ended up going out to New York. First dating. We're dating. And one of her friends, her father's friends, sweetheart, beautiful lady, walks up to me and goes, "Hey, I hear you talk funny." I go, "I talk funny? You ought to listen to yourself. Why do you think the news people don't talk like you, even in New York?" But, too bad. New York's a beautiful place. Too bad it's, way too liberal. New Jersey, sorry, Buddhist, but it's a little rough there too. But, hey, Buddhist, real quick. New Jersey. Yeah. What's the deal with these fucking drones flying around? Have you seen them? Are you close by? I don't know. I'm kind of speculating what my theory is on what's going on. They got drones, and I know a little bit about airspace. Usually Army bases, naval bases, this and that, there's restrictions on flying drones. Some kid flying a little toy drone, whatever. There's restrictions. Even DJI, one of the biggest drone commercial type and public drones, the software on there won't allow you to even fly if you're within restricted areas or certain airspaces and stuff like that, unless you have clearance. And clearance comes, you got to contact the towers, the FAA and all that stuff, and they give you a code or whatever to where you can say, "Hey, look, I got permission. They gave me permission. You fly." And even when they film, movies, with drones and things like that, if you're within a airspace, meaning even an airspace of a heliport, you have to notify them. And most, legitimate, movie films or, studios or anything like that are going to abide by the rules, and they will grant that because you're doing it properly. Because the people that are going to be flying it are going to, they're licensed and they got the Part 107 to be able to do it. They don't want to lose that license. It's a check and balance of having a license and flying within the regulations. And you can always trace things back to who it is flying, and they can be punished or, allow them to continue with what they do, flying it. But people are notified if drones are actually flying. So I'm hearing drones are flying in New Jersey around gaps in airspaces, which it does happen, which is the airspace, the E area, G area, where it's not really regulated, but you can still fly in it, but there's a courtesy of notifying, but there's a frequency to communicate between, two aircraft that are flying in the area. But with drones, it's not the same. It's a little bit different. So me personally, Okay, when you say huge Christmas trees, so if you had to put a size on there, what, 4 feet by, um, 4 feet by, 4 feet wide by, 2 feet tall, 3 feet tall. Um, it could be, could be seen, but I don't think drones can handle that much weight. With a drone, it can handle weight of a camera. You figure with a camera, with lenses and stuff like that, so you're adding um 4 or 5 pounds, maybe 6 pounds, but the average drone is a four prop drone, you know, but the movie ones are probably 6 to 8 drone, eight prop drones. They can pull more weight. But depending on the size is going to be depending on the payload of what they're carrying. Mini planes. All right. So they're big motherfucking things. They're big. So, are you close to a military base? I think there's a couple bases that are relatively close. There's one in New York, that area of New York, and I know New Jersey has an air base. But what I'm saying though is, if you listen to the reports, they're not sure. They don't explain that, the way to check is you can check with the FAA or the towers in the area. It could be a few things. It could be the base working on training drone pilots that are flying in the area. And they're, just like you put an 18-year-old to control a drone that knows how to fly, he's going to fuck off and look at things and scare people and fly off and go, hey, did you see in the news? They're talking about me. I did that. Or, I heard other stories that people are coming off the coast. There are a bunch of them flying around. It's New Jersey. I know you got a bit of a coastline. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that what it could be, but it could be a few things. Military training. They're not going to say anything. It could be some kid fucking off, but to have that big of a drone, that's a lot of money. And so that kind of eliminates that. So I think it might be either, China, whoever, doing their thing, fucking with us, doing, just fucking with us. And, because they did the spy balloon, fucking whoever, for however long, getting whatever data they did, and of our infrastructure, just to punk us, or Biden, it's Fort Dix, and yeah, 45 minutes on a big drone. I think it can carry some distance. So they can fly around and do stuff. So with the politicians and the, people in power that going to say whatever, I think if they know they're not going to divulge what they're doing. So it's either going to be military training or, the bad guys, China, Russia, Ukraine, not Ukraine, but Iran, whatever, launching stuff, but that's the Coast Guard making sure our coasts are whatever, because drones, I tell you right now, got so much of a lifetime on batteries. The fuel, gas powered ones, they got more time. So it's a tough call. But if I had, because it's not hard for news to call up a tower of the local or small airport going, hey, have you guys had any, requests to fly in certain areas of drones, whatever, because they got to give, when they do that, they have to give the make, model, size, the purpose, everything like that to them. And they can still deny them, but but if it's a military thing, the military people call over to the towers and go, hey, we're doing some training. We're going to be flying around. do whatever. So it's kind of the latest thing that's kind of going on and people concerned, but it's, to me, drones save a lot of money, or it could be like that poor guy that's down in Florida that blasted the hell out of that one Walmart drone. Hey, I didn't know, I'd shoot at it too, but okay. So if it's a cluster, yeah, see, they're probably, I don't think they would train in clusters, the military. I don't know. They could, go spread out, check certain things out. You never know. But this, it could be, if it's a bunch of them coming off the coast, which I've heard as well, flying in, doing their thing. There's a time limit on the bigger the drone, the longer usually the battery life is. But if it's a gas powered type drone, they can get some distance. They can be up there for a while. So I don't know. That's just me. If I had to put a percentage on, I'm going to say it's an outside thing, because military would let the towers know, the local areas, that, hey, we got some training going on. People in the area, if they call, just don't worry about it. It's just the military. But, if the towers are saying like, yeah, we have no clue what it is, then that's what it is. But also those drones, they can carry somewhat of a payload, because obviously if they got a good camera that's got some distance, or night vision, or FLIR type system on there, they can actually, they're carrying some weight. So usually, with the weight that comes with it, they could probably carry a little bit more weight that comes with it. And that weight can be, an explosive or something they can drop or whatever. But I think if, based on what Buddha says is coming off the coast, which I heard as well, it could be a Chinese ship or an Iranian ship, 50 miles off the coast that are flying in. But drones, you got to burn battery to get to where you need to go, and then you got so much time on station doing whatever you're doing, and then coming back and land. Or if it's so expendable, how much are you willing to expend dunking it in the water and saying, all right, we'll take our losses because we got our intelligence that we needed. So there's a lot to be answered. People need to ask some questions. People need to, maybe they did. They have already contacted the towers to see, hey, if you got any information on this? And the tower's like, dude, we have no idea, but we've seen it. We've had aircraft out there seeing them. They've reported it. And we have no clue. And if that's the case, then it's someone from the outside. At least with the military, like, hey, we're doing some training. Sorry for the inconvenience and the scare. Oh, yeah, 100%. January 20th can't come soon enough, because I guarantee, there's a lot of dirty business going on with this fucking Biden administration. And I even saw something where Biden's auctioning off the rest of the border wall before Trump gets in. That Biden's a fucking bitch. And unfortunately, I didn't know back way when I protected that dude. I protected him. I provided security for him. I protected him. And during that time, in hindsight, you kind of go, that's during the whole Hunter Biden bullshit. And it's amazing that, he denied Hunter Biden's fucking laptop for years, but yet he just pardoned him for that bullshit that's in there. Fuck those people. Me personally, the Democrats, they're a bunch of bitches. 100% bunch of bitches, because they just want power and they just want money. They didn't give a fuck about the rest of the fucking people in the United States. Buddhist, you just sent me off the edge here. I'm getting angry. Because all
all they do is waste money. And you know what the money is? It's our money. So I hope the Doge, Elon Musk and Vivek thins everything out. And they're saying like they can save at least a couple $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. Guess what? And hopefully they pass it on to us and go, hey, guess what? There's so much government waste, and me personally, I'm going to say it. I hope all these people get put in jail. All the people that committed all these problems, all this treason, all this, every single person gets put away for all this bullshit because it cost us. But, that whole DC thing, why do you think all these really nice homes around DC? They're the lobbyists. They're the swamp. They're the, the people that work behind the scenes. But, like people like Biden, I'd love to see, him pardoning his son is like, I don't care. Okay, pardon your son. I'm cool with that. But you knew he was doing dirty shit in Ukraine. Me personally, I poked fun at Zelensky shit a year ago. That whole Ukraine thing is a money laundering scheme. And I just hope Trump kind of goes into checking out Biden's financials, Newsom's financials, all these fucking people's financials, Pelosi's financials, and really see. And I hope they go to jail for treason, all of them. What's that dude that just won California Senate because he's a bitch? Anyways, him too. Adam Schiff. I hope they go into the financials and see about all the bullshit. Because if it was the regular American working day in and day out to survive, put food on the table, pay the bills and all that stuff, and we, slipped up a little bit, they'd stick it to us. But these people get away with it? No, I hope Trump, I'd be disappointed if Trump does not hammer these people. And if he doesn't, I'm going to fuck with him. I'm going to fuck with Trump, because that's bullshit. If you want to put a stop to all this, put a stop to it. Don't half-ass it. So it's rough. It sucks. But they've been playing us, and the Democrats, they don't give a shit. They want communism because, they got their happy 2,000 people that are going to be super rich, and everybody else, fucking peasants. Living off the government, and all the useful idiots that supported the Democrats, they're going to like, hey, what about us? Yeah, no, we don't give a fuck about you. That's just how it is. They don't care. It's power. It's power. And it's fucking horrible. I said my 2 cents, because, this country makes so much money. We buy stuff, we spend, we make, we produce so much out of this country. And if Trump, does what he says, I guarantee based on the numbers, I'm not a mathematician, not whatsoever, but if based on how much Biden has wasted on purpose, so our dollars worth so little that we are dependent upon government. That was the goal. They wanted us communists. That's it. They couldn't beat the fight of, the Second Amendment because, the average American, there are a lot of guns out there, and I don't think we would have put up with it. But if they would have won this election, because, Harris is a fucking idiot. She's stupid. Can't answer a question. Well, that should give you a good reason that they have no clue. They're idiots. And I'd have more respect for Harris and Waltz if they go, yeah, no, we just want to take over and be communists and suck you in on it. Okay, you're honest. But they know nobody likes that. And that's why they didn't say anything. And it's devastating that they are that weak and gaslight you to the point where they try and blame you for everything, but yet they're the ones. I think media is a big, huge factor, and that's why all this MSNBC, CNN, and all these places, their ratings have dropped by half. You know, because everyone realized that, hey, this is bullshit. This isn't what Americans supposed to be. So I hope, and he should, Trump hammers all these people. And, you know, if there's no punishment for what these people do, they're going to continue to do it. They're savages. That's what they do. But if there's punishment, people are going to like, you know, maybe we shouldn't do it. Do what the people want. And, you know, maybe. But if he does do it, I'm backing him 100%. You know, 100%. And got to build a wall, secure our border, deport all the illegals. There's a lot of people here that fucking hate us. And anyone that states anything different, they're a fucking tool of the system right now. And obviously, the people are realizing that the media that has been preaching to them have been lying to them. But there's the diehards, you know, that refuse to give up. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should wrap it up there. You know, I've been going for an hour and 37 minutes. But I'm going to wrap it up. I think I've had enough to drink. Hopefully I told you some stuff. Everybody, enjoy your holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Be Americans. You know, stand up. You know, Daniel Penny gave us an opportunity to be good people in public. Stand up. Yeah, you know, I you know, that was New York. You go anywhere else, I think they just, you know, Alvin Bragg's, he's got it coming. You know, his turn's next. He's going to get screwed, which is fine. Good. I want him. He's an asshole. But people will start seeing the punishment coming the way that needs to be come their way. And I think people are going to realize that, hey, you know, that's not a good thing. You know, all these DAs and, you know, being fucking assholes because the Soros paid him off. You know, Gascon's gone in California. He's a little fucking bitch. And I got another story for that if you guys want to bring that up in a later live stream. He's a bitch. He's a cunt. You know, I usually don't use that word cunt very much, but you know, he's a bitch. And I've seen it firsthand, face to face, seen it. So, and everyone, enjoy Christmas, share it with all your family and friends, and the kids love it. Play Santa, do whatever you can, you know, have fun, enjoy it. I will, after the new year, I will do another live stream, but in the meantime, I'll spread out some reviews, and I don't mind doing politics. I'm good. I'm up to date on them as much as I can. And, you know, drinking brings out the inhibitions that I would have dead sober. But I don't care. You know, I don't think YouTube's going to dig too deep into this hour and 40-minute live stream to see what I said. But they might. But I don't care. I'm cool. I could be on Rumble. I'm going to be on, I'm on X. I am on Twitch, but I haven't put anything yet. And there's another channel that I am doing. It's called the Matthew Scott Project. And I I think I got one out there. It's just the intro, but it's outside of booze, but it could cross the lines with bourbon banters as well. So Matthew Scott Project. You know, if you guys get that, just like, subscribe on that. And as well as this one, share it, spread the word. You know, even if you want to just say, hey, yeah, he lost his goddamn mind on the last bit of it, just listen to this. There's dirty business, and the majority of it's coming from the Democrats. I said it. And I got a daughter that is a Democrat. But I don't think she's really a Democrat, but she tries to blend in with her friends as a Democrat. I think she's a Republican, a soft Republican. So hopefully Trump kicks ass, destroys people. If not, I will motherfuck him the whole way. So, hey, if you like this saying, hopefully you like it. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Because if you hit the bell to get notified, you know, like Buddha said, hey, I didn't know you're coming on. Hit the bell to get notified. Anything that comes through YouTube on my channel will get you to, you know, notified that it's coming. So you can spread the word, get a bunch of people around, share, do all that stuff, drink together, have fun, but enjoy Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. And I will talk to you just shortly on a live stream after New Year's. All right, I'm Matt. I'll talk to you.